Good day, friends. This is Mr. Sally again, and we are going to continue to focus on our story elements using text evidence this week. We are going to pick up with the Brainstorm Bear story that we read yesterday, so we should all be familiar with the elements of this story. But I want to ground us real quick in what we're going to focus on today. So, like we did yesterday, friends, today we are going to be active learners. And to be an active learner, you have to listen, you have to ask questions, and you have to think about what we are learning. Now, with our videos, friends, it makes it very simple and very cool because we can pause, rewind, and stop to even take notes or think about what we're reading. We can ask ourselves questions about the text, questions about the characters, the setting, or the story. Good readers always ask questions, so I want to make sure that we keep that in mind. We are being active learners. Now, today, friends, we are going to think about and being able to locate details about the characters and the major events. But we have to do one thing. We have to show text evidence. Text evidence. What does that look like? That looks like, friends, opening the book and going exactly to a part of the story where I can find a detail about something important that happens. Let's take a look at an example, one of Mr. Salih's favorite stories of all time. The Gingerbread Man. The Gingerbread Man. Let's talk about the small and the big details and the major events and finding those details in the story. Let's look at the chart and see what we got. So we're going to describe setting, characters, setting, and major events in the story using key details. So, the characters in the Gingerbread Man are the gingerbread man, of course, the old woman, the old man, and the fox. That's who is in the story. So, if I'm looking for any sort of detail about the gingerbread man, I already see that he's happy and that he's brown. Those are two key details. He's happy and he's brown. I already know that just by looking at this little drawing. The setting. The setting takes place outside. I see that the setting is mostly outside, but they're at a house in the beginning of the story. So I just described parts of the setting. Here's a major event. But the little old man was hungry, so he opened the oven door and out jumped the gingerbread man. So this is a major event that happened in the story. What's a key detail about that event? Read it again and take about 10 seconds and think of a key detail that you just read. Mm, 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 mm. One detail is the old man was hungry, so he opened the door. So I just learned a description about the old man and how the old man was feeling. That is a key detail. He was hungry, so he opened the oven. And when he opened the oven, the gingerbread man jumped out. That is a key detail that we just used and found using text evidence. I saw the evidence in the text that he was hungry. I read it. Every time a major event happens, friends, good readers have to go back into the story and know where they found it in the text. They have to show text evidence. So, as we read today, friends, we are going to think about what we read in the story and the major events. Look at what those major events look like. What happens during those major events? Who's involved in those major events? Is that a serious event or is it a not so serious event? Is it something that means a lot in the story or is it something that we can kind of ignore in the story? We're looking for major events and we're going to describe the characters and the settings in those major events by using text evidence. Brainstorm Bear, our friend Sam again. Mom, there's a bear in that tree over there, Sam called. We need to get him down before our yard sale starts, he said. So this is already, we're grounded in the main idea. We need to get him down. They're trying to get the bear out of the tree. I already see that Sam is thinking of ways to get him down. He's thinking, he's got his hand on his chin. He's looking down. He's thinking. So I know that he's going to be problem solving and brainstorming the entire story. We could call off the sale, Miss Miller said. We just need to brainstorm a way to get him down. Real quick, friends, talk to your turtle. What does the word brainstorm mean? Tell your turtle right now. Yes, brainstorm means to problem solve, to try and answer questions. We could move our trampoline under the tree, Sam's little sister said. Draw the idea, said Miss Miller to Sam. Sam drew the idea on his pad of paper. Is this an important part of the story, friends? Ask yourself, pause, and ask yourself, is this an important part of the story and why? Do I see any text evidence that tells me that this is important? Do they end up using this plan? Why? Is it important or not? He drew the bear bouncing up into the air. I don't think that will work, he said. So I just learned that he doesn't think this will work. This was the plan that they discussed on this page. But Sam didn't think the plan would work. He looked at the drawing and saw the bear flying high, and the bear could get hurt. So this is not a big event in the story. Mom asked, "What would you do?" Sarah asked. Mom, what would you do? Sarah asked. I play some really bad music, Miss Miller laughed. Sam drew the idea on his pad of paper. He drew the bear climbing up the tree to get away from the noise. That might make things worse, Sam sighed. Look, the bear's eating nuts up there, Sarah said. So, I just read that the bear is eating nuts in the tree. Let's find out that's an important thing in the story. Sarah looks enthusiastic about it. Sam, I got an idea. That's what Sam said. I got an idea. Let's see Sam's idea because he's been sparked with excitement. Sam is now excited about his new idea about the bear eating nuts. Let's see. I've got it, Sam shouted. We can make a trail of nuts leading back to the forest, he said. Let's try it, Miss Miller said. Everyone went to get nuts from the yard under the tree in the backyard. So here we go. Wow, they're all getting the nuts. This sounds like a good idea. This looks like a good idea. They're happy about it. They're happy about it. They're outside. So all of these events are happening outside. I always see trees. I always see the lawn. I always see the blue sky. They've been outside the whole time. While they were gone, the bear climbed down and left on its own. Aw, the bear is gone, Sam said. So Sam sounds like he's a little bit sad about this. Look on the bright side, Miss Miller said. At least you can have the yard sale now, she smiled. So Sam was maybe a little bit disappointed that the bear left the tree. Hmm, I wonder why. Did he want his idea to work? Did he want his idea to be the reason that the bear left the tree and not the bear leaving on its own? We'll never know. But Sam was pretty optimistic about getting the bear out of the tree. So the idea that he was sad when the bear left is a little bit confusing. But that's the story. That's the joy of stories, friends. You can draw your own conclusions. You can make up your own answers sometimes. This story had a lot of events that were important, but only a few that were really impactful at the end of the story. All of their plans, did they work? Ask yourself, did they work? Yes or no? Did the plans work? They didn't work. The bear came down on its own. So sometimes, friends, a story, an event in the story may not even work. They may not even matter. But the text will explain how the characters felt and what the setting was. So I know that just because Sam did not feel happy about the bear being gone, his mom was very optimistic. And she said, at least you can have the yard sale now. She showed him the bright side. She was very, very nice and kind and showed him that just because the bear's gone doesn't mean that the day has to be bad. What a great mom. Think about the text. Think about how we use the text to explain and describe details and characters in the story. Bye, friends.